What is going on, friends? Sean Don coming back with a technical analysis. Here we have Jason Staunton, a collegiate hammer thrower, I believe. Not much info on him, but it doesn't matter because, we got the video. We're ready to go. So before we get started, I just want to let you guys know that if you're interested in throws coaching, technical coaching, programming of any kind, go check out www.gripandrip.co. All right, and you get to work and make your dreams come true. So let's get into it. Let's take a look at the video that Jason sent in. Yeah, so Jason sent in two videos, and they both kind of looked similar. Both a very flat trajectory on the finish, and I hate to say, oh, you need to have, a better finish trajectory, but because it's kind of putting the cart before the horse, but that's just kind of the big thing that stands out. So yeah, we're gonna break it down and work through it and help Jason out here. So the throw itself, I mean, there's nothing glaringly wrong outside of, like I said, that finish kind of angle. You're relatively stable, it looks like in your winds, opening up to the right pretty well. Hands are out away from the body, a little kind of step out there, flowing with the hammer pretty well. Hands out away from the body really nicely here as well. Entry is patient. Your head goes a little bit early. With the three turns going off the heel, you can see kind of not much action coming from the lower body. You see the right leg kind of giving in, coming forwards. You see the left leg straightening out, pushing the hips back away from the hammer. You see very straight left leg, hips back away from the hammer. Shoulders nice and long and relaxed forward, that's good, but I think this left knee needs to be a little bit out more over the toe. Hips could be a little bit more forwards, chest could be a little bit more up. And then, but basically this right leg isn't doing much in entry, so you're not really getting much direction. This right side is way too soft. As you can see, there's no energy pulling you forwards, kind of no impulse forwards here in single support. You just rotate, this right side comes back quite a bit, and then you're going to see, you can also see your hips, but they're being so far out from underneath you, they get kind of pulled around the left and kind of shift back away from the hammer. You go to catch. And then you come around and you catch, and your feet are pretty even, and that's cool, flat catch. But it just looks like there's not much tension there. There's not much for you to work with. So you catch, and then from there, you can see the right side once again isn't doing much. This left side is just kind of shifting back. It's not a very sturdy axis for the hammer to go around. You can see it starts shifting back before the hammer even probably gets to about 45 degrees. You got to use this right leg to stabilize the left side, and then you wait for the hammer to accelerate around the left. Whereas, like I said, right now this right foot isn't really doing anything. It's a post on the ground, but it's not really providing any support, at least functional support. And then otherwise, you're going to kind of see the same thing. You don't have a terrible tendency to kind of pull the hammer along. It's just there's not quite anything really kind of coming from this right leg. The left leg just kind of opens up early, keeping you with the hammer. Same thing, left knee straighten out a lot, pushing the hips back, making it hard to get the hips up into the throw. And I think that's kind of where the lack of finish angle kind of comes from. You can also see not much direction again. There's no right side working back. There's no lean back here through double support. It's just kind of this left side opening up. And then right leg is kind of just along for the ride. You over rotate a little bit here. Good bit there. You catch just after 270. From there, you're starting to get a little bit of direction, a little bit of lean backwards. Right side's getting into it a little bit more. Hips are getting up into it just a little bit into that third turn. But then you catch. And then it looks just a little bit tight in the shoulders as well. But yeah, and then your hips finally work up into a little bit, but by then it's kind of like too late. You're only really getting like one turn efficiently working out of the 3 turns, so I think that's kind of why that release angle isn't the best. But yeah, basically, like I said, I think the lines look pretty good. You just really got to stabilize. You got to use this right leg a lot more in the entry to stabilize this left side. You can kind of see the same thing here. Left side shifts back as hammer goes left. See these hips shift back away from the hammer. You need to keep the hips towards the hammer. Use this right leg, stabilize the left side, and then as the hammer goes left, use the right hip to chase the hammer around the left, and then that'll give you a much better catch position for the next catch. Whereas right here, you could be down probably 2 or 3 frames earlier with your hips more underneath you. If your chest was up, hips were under you, you'd be a lot more effective and kind of efficient. Have a much more powerful sort of double support phase, whereas right now you're just kind of being turned by the hammer and you're not really adding kind of energy to the system, if you will. So yeah, just shifting back a lot. Not much pressure coming from the right side of the body. That's all it kind of is. And then the less pressure comes from the right side, the more the left side is to pull, which means you're going to end up around more, which means you're going to kind of, you're going to over rotate and then finish. And the throw is going to kind of feel empty, is what I describe it. So yeah, Jason, let me know if you have any questions. Happy to help. All right. For anybody else out there would like a technical analysis, go to www.gripandrip.co and sign up now. Alrighty? Thanks for watching. Until next time, Sean Don, signing off.